Hi guys, hello and welcome. My name is Gemma and this is episode 10 of the Snuggly Stars podcast. Woo! Hi! Big hello and welcome if you are brand spanking new and this is your first time tuning in. Thank you for clicking on moi and thank you for giving it a chance. And if you are a returning viewer, a massive huge thank you, hello and welcome, thank you for returning. If you are a returning viewer, you probably realise that I have not filmed in a long time, and all I'm going to say about that today is life good, bad, ugly, whatever, life. So there you go. Now if I tried to show you everything I've done in the last few months, we would be here for quite a while and it would probably take over a week to upload. So I'm going to just show a bunch of stuff that I have been up to, and I will save some other bits for future episodes, and I'll probably try and do another episode sooner rather than later. We'll see how life goes. So just to let you know, you can find me on Instagram. Instagram has loads of pictures and things that I have been up to on there, and that is the one I most frequently update. There is also a Ravelry group called Snuggly Stars. So we've got Snuggly Stars for Instagram, Snuggly Stars for the Ravelry group, so you can find it on there. That's the group that you're welcome to join in. And there is also my profile is Snuggly Stars on there, so that's got my project pages. So what yarn I used, what pattern I use, stuff like that. I have quite a few projects on there. Not absolutely everything is on there, but I'm trying. So there you are. So Instagram and Ravelry are the main ones. Obviously I'm on here, YouTube, Snuggly Stars. There is somewhere else that I'm at, but I'm going to announce that later on in the episode. So just keep on watching and you'll find out more. What I thought I would kick off though first is some of the items that I have finished. So a few FOs, it's all about the shawls today. So here is one that may have been featured on my last episode, and I have had it finished for a while. So here we are. It is the blustery shawl. Not probably possible to fit me and said shawl into shot, so I will show you. This is the Blustery Shawl by Marsha Ibuki, and it's a fabulous pattern and I love it. The yarns that I have used, any solid colour is Cascade Heritage, and then the variegated colour is by Laughing Yaffle. They are based on Etsy. So I love this shawl. This one's been finished or completed the longest. Next up we have Pure Joy. So here we are. This is Pure Joy by Hoki Locatelli. Again, try and squeeze myself and a shawl into shot. There we go. So Pure Joy. I did modify it a little bit to make it not quite as big as the pattern, because I was worried about running out of the hedgehog fibres, which is this white yarn, the white speckledy one, and that's typewriter by hedgehog fibres. So it's smooshy and squishy and beautiful, and I do love this shawl. So that's Pure Joy. And then something else that I have been very proud to crack on with was a test knit. First test knit that I have done, and it was for the lovely Kelly Robinson, aka imyarninspired. She has a podcast and is on Instagram, and this is her first pattern release. The pattern is now up on Ravelry and it is called Down the Country Lane. So Down the Country Lane by Kelly M. Robinson. As you can see, this is massive. Now this shawl is massive, much longer than my wingspan, and I am 5'5.5" tall. It is beautiful, and I did the smaller version. So there is a certain section on the pattern which I'm not going to go into detail about because it was a pay for pattern. If you want it, go check it out. But I did like 8 repeats instead of 10. Yes, on a couple of the sections, but it is still huge and it is beautiful. And so you've got a garter section, and you've got then a kind of waffly section. I'm showing you, yes, this side. It's beautiful. The solid colour is Cascade Heritage. Cascade Heritage. And then this, the speckles, the beautiful speckles. Can you see? Rainbow speckles. That is Industrial Accident by Mothie and the Squid. Love, love, love. So please go check out Kelly's pattern. It's brand spanking new. You won't have done it before because it's new. I've done it and it's brilliant. I love it. And again, it's a beautiful shawl to get snuggled up in. What can I say? Perfecto. Now, something else I want to point out about Kelly's pattern that I absolutely love, and I haven't, if you cast on a crescent shaped shawl, a lot of the patterns you kind of get a poochy bit here. On Kelly's, you don't. It's pretty much straight. It's only kind of bobbly there on screen because I've worn it. It's not freshly blocked. If you look at, is this a shawl that has it? Not that one. Let me get another shawl that I'm working on just to show you quite what I mean. Moving swiftly into whips. This shawl is Colour Spell by Hokey Locatelli, and look at that. Can you see the little hump it gets? Excuse the needles. At where you started, this bit here is what I'm talking about. And on Kelly's shawl, it doesn't have that, and I absolutely love it. So I'm going to probably maybe try out her starting point on for future items because I much prefer not having that funny hump. Shawls. I also by Hokey Locatelli, and there's a lot of different stuff going on here. You've got new texture sections and eyelets and whatnot. I've still got a bit to go on it, but this is a current whip of mine. All sorts of colours in there. Not sure if I like them or not, but I am cracking on regardless. So we have that. The other shawl that I'm working on is another Spindrift. I've done a Spindrift previously before for my mother-in-law and she loved it, so she's got that already, but there are pictures on my Ravelry pages, and this one I'm doing here. I've hacked the pattern a little bit, as people say. So I've just got this little texture detail that I've added on, but then I'm just going to carry on straight down till we get to the eyelet sections. I'm using higher bamboo needles. I do quite like these. And the yarn is very pretty. It is called Fairy Wishes by Snuggly Stars Yarns. Snuggly Stars Yarns. That's me! I'm Snuggly Stars Yarns. Besides the fact of knitting and crochet and looking after family and all the other life stuff, since I have last saw you, I have started my own yarn company. How exciting is that? So yes, I have started my own yarn indie dyeing company. I am an indie dyer and I am based on Etsy. Here is my logo, Snuggly Stars Yarns. Shameless plug. What can you do? And here is my information of where you can find me. Snuggly Stars Yarns. I am on Etsy. There is an email address, and of course I am on Instagram. Instagram is where you will find a lot of pictures showing what yarn I have, and then obviously what is listed in the Etsy shop. So I will come back to that in a moment. This shawl is the Spindrift shawl, and I wanted to make a shop sample to show how the yarn works up. It is called Fairy Wishes. It has hot pink specks and purples and blues and lovely natural sections. The yarn is so squidgy and soft, and that is because it is 80% superwash merino, and then the other 20% is bamboo. So it's lovely. It's a fingering weight. And I have a few skeins of various colourways with this base. This is called my Beautiful Base. A Beautiful Base, and that is the 80% superwash merino, 20% bamboo. I also have the main workhorse base, which I call the Fabulous base, and that is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. So that's the one people would most use for their socks and whatnot. And I have some here that I can show you. This colourway is called Young Love. This one has been reskeined. I did grab one, however, to show you that hasn't been reskeined, so you can see how it comes. So this is Young Love. So we have shots of navy blue and turquoise and natural sections, and then this beautiful fluoro bright pink, and that is wonderful. Something else I have been doing for the shop, and just for general, if I were to do a show to have for display, these. So here technically is another FO, a finished object. This is a teeny tiny sock. And I don't know if you remember a while ago, if you've watched before, you will know that I got these teeny tiny sock blockers. And when I originally ordered them, I was like, oh my gosh, they're so small. I didn't know what to do with them, and I just thought, you know what, I'll keep them as decoration. Then, when I started dyeing, I'm thinking it would take me too long to knit full adult size socks to have on display. And I saw the teeny tiny sock blocker. I have since made up a pattern. And I have these for display. So that kind of gives you an idea how it might knit up, the yarn. So, here you can see. This translates to this. And I've got to show you just because they're adorable. These are my minis. So I also stock minis. This is a 20 gram mini skein. And so if you wanted just a taster of it, I have these for sale also. So 100 gram skein, 20 gram skein, all of the same colourway. Another colourway that I picked out to show you, because I've got various, but this is Fairy Wishes. So this is the skeined version of the bold version. And then this is essentially it knit up. So Fairy Wishes, again with the pinky purple pastels with shots of the bright pink in it, and then that's knit up as I showed you before. So we have those. Then I have more. Now I have got shed loads. You're talking I've got at least 45 items listed in the shop. I'm not going to show you them all now because A, you would get bored probably, and B, I would have such a mountain of yarn that no one would be able to find me afterwards, and C, it would just take ages. So I'm going to show you some, then you can feel free to go and jump over to the shop to see if there's any more that you like, and in future episodes I probably will flash a few more as well, because it's fun, it's exciting, it's something brand new to me, fairly, and certainly brand new to what I'm showing you guys, and I want to show it off. Yes, because I love dyeing yarn. I had a yarn dyeing morning today, and I loved it, being all creative. It literally is what pops out of my head. I made one colourway that is a repeatable one that I've done, but the rest I was just making it up as I go and see what happens, and I love it, love it. But here are some that I've dyed earlier. This one is listed in the shop, and it is called Spring Greens. This one is called Green Science. So you've got your lime greens there and natural sections, and there's some cool speckles and like a solid black section. That one's awesome. Do you know how hard it is to not just cast this on? No, I can't keep all the yarn that I'm dyeing. It's supposed to be for the shop. So there you are. This one is called Blue Skies and Tea. Now this one is what I call my Sparkle Glam base, and it is 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and this particular one has 5% bronzed selena. Now I don't know how well the camera is going to pick that up, especially as it's bronzed selena, but all I can say is in real life it twinkles. It's beautiful. So we obviously have brown, and then the bright turquoise blue, and it has then bronze selena sparkles in it. So Blue Skies and Tea. Love that one. Another one of my absolute favourites I have here. This one is called Peaches and Cream. And it pretty much is what it says on the tin. Again, with names, I totally make it up. It's what pops in my head. And it will either pop in my head kind of before, or whilst I'm dyeing it, or usually after when I'm looking at it and I'm, say, rinsing it and washing it and thinking, such and such name. But this one is intentional. Peaches and Cream. And that works up rather nicely. Let me show you. Because here's a little sock sample that I made earlier. So this is Peaches and Cream, knit up. Now obviously this is a teeny tiny sock. If you made a grown-up sock, you would have probably thinner stripes. That's what I'm going to say about that. But this is what I can do to show you how it knits. So, ta-da! Peaches and Cream. Love it. To go that's similar, or as they say, the same but different, because, you know, I am original. This one, Peaches and Scream. Do you see what I did there? Peaches and Scream. So this one has the same sort of peach base, but on the section that is the natural on here, Peaches and Cream, Peaches and Scream has orange and grey-black speckles. And I love this one. I've definitely got to make more. I think it's perfect for Halloween, but also any time of year. Why does it have to be just for November, October time? It doesn't. So Peaches and Scream we have there. Now I've got all sorts. This is one where I say I've looked at it once it's dyed and then I've made the name. This one is hand painted and it is called Mad Fusion. Now I don't know if this is going to show up true to form, true to colour, but it has all sorts, pinks, yellows, greens, purples, blues, black, orange. And I love it. This one I have found so hard not to keep. This is on a fabulous sock base and I love it. Now I don't have a knit sock sample because this is a one of a kind. I could probably replicate something similar, but they're never going to be quite the same. So this is a one of a kind colourway, and if you want it, I suggest you snap it up. It is first come first served on the Etsy store at the moment for ones like this. So that's Mad Fusion. I've got quite a few that I'm having or have got lined up for a Harry Potter inspired collection. And I have one here to show you. Again, I'm not going to show them all this episode. You know, let's keep you on tenterhooks for this one. This particular one, though, I love it. And it is called Molly's Fury. Now, let me explain. Molly Weasley is one of my favourite characters in the Harry Potter movies and books. And this particular colourway, Molly's Fury, sounds a bit... but it totally reminds me of in the last film, spoiler alert, when she is kicking butt in the Great Hall. Molly's Fury. She is not taking any nonsense. She is kicking butt. This is her in a skein. Molly's Fury. So there you are. So that's her. That again is on a fabulous base. Now I've not just been... I'm sorry I'm looking to the side a lot. It's because I've got a huge mound of stuff there. Now, I've not only been dyeing skeins of yarn. I've also been dyeing sock blanks. So here, without further ado, as they say, this one is called Spring Meadow. Ooh. Oh, I won't unroll them all, but you can see I've managed to get a sort of ombre effect going from the darker green up to natural, and then it is heavily speckled throughout. You can literally... Okay, I said I wasn't going to unwind it all, but I have. Oh well. There you are. So, sock blank. My sock blanks are single-stranded sock blanks. That means that you just start from one end and work your way along. I have, on every one, found the correct end of from which you would start from, and I have tied a little ribbon. So that just means that when this arrives in the post to you, you can start from the correct end and not faff around, because there is most definitely a right and a wrong end of a sock blank, and I've just taken the faffiness out of it for you. So that is Spring Meadow. Another one I have here is Young Love. So I showed you the skein of Young Love earlier, and here is it in sock blank form. Oh, they're so squishy. They are the same as the Fabulous base, so 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. Brilliant for socks, shawls, hats, gloves, mittens, whatever you want really. So I'd love to see how this one knits up. If anyone wants to buy it and then send me pictures of their finished work, that would be amazing. So here you are, Young Love. Again, that has the sort of, that one, it has that sort of dip dye effect, which I rather enjoy. Again, ribbon on the end so you know where to start. I have another one here. This one is called Black Magic, and oh my gosh, I've had so much fun dyeing these. So Black Magic, so you have pinks and purples and natural sections with a tie-dye effect, and then black sections, and it's so striking and so bold. See, I could just have a headscarf in just that. Do you not think that's fabulous, darling? Fabulous. Anyway, so sock blank, Black Magic, adore it. Another one that I just desperately want to keep. Here you go again. How cute! Look, the little crinkly edge. Now, knitting with sock blanks, in case you wondered, it will end up crinkly like that. It does look crinkly when you start with it, but then you wash it and block it and all that goes away. So do not panic if you're wondering what am I supposed to do with crinkly on. Here is another one. It's the last one I'm going to show you for today. Again, there are more in the shop, but we're already at 23 minutes or so, and I wanted this to be a shorter episode, and I don't want anyone to get bored and just thinking, oh, this is just a big sales pitch. It partially is a sales pitch, it's partially an announcement of my exciting new venture, and it also is my passion for yarn. Hello! I love pretty colours. I love interesting colours and exciting different colourways. I love yarn. Take that, world. So, Green Science on sock blank. I mean, how cool is that? Don't you just want it? I do. But yes, so there we are. Again, this is what I meant with the crinkly. It looks crinkly when it comes straight off and you just pull it from the correct end with the ribbon. But when it's blocked, all that goes away. So that's it. So what I sorted in my pile to show you were copious amounts of sock blanks, copious amounts of yarn and little test swatches, copious amounts of completed shawls. You can tell I'm going to have a great fun putting all this away in a minute, because there's no way I can leave it all bundled up like that. We have shawls on the go. We have 4 skeins of yarn. So there's a lot going on, and again, just a sneak peek because I love it. Something else that I've got going in the shop, and there are more to come as and when they go along, are iron-on patches. Totally enabled by none other than Katie of Inside Number 23. She had shown on her some of the items that she's been hand sewing or making, and these patches that she's been adding on. I thought, that's so cool. And then a little while after watching that, I've done my own research, and I have chosen some patches to have in my shop. I'm just going to show you 2 for now, but there are more. The first of all, that should touch all of our hearts, no pun intended, is this one. This is the I Love Knitting patch, and as you can see, it's a heart-shaped yarn ball with knitting needles. Now, unfortunately, they don't do a crochet one. I have yet to find one, but I will keep looking because I love crochet and knitting. It's iron on, so you can iron it on. I have one on my denim jacket at the moment, pictures on Instagram. But you could also sew it on for more stability. So we have that one. And then next up, I love this one. Whatever! Yep, you have it. Look, how cool is that? It's the whatever badge. So literally like going, whatever, in patch form. And I think they're really cool. So that's just 2 of a bunch that I have at the moment. So I'm just looking for stuff like that. I've also got some cool buttons on the way, but predominantly it's yarn based on my Etsy store, because I love yarn and you love yarn. Don't hide and say you don't. Don't say that your stash is too big and you never need any more, because we all know that's not true. I am thinking of having a huge colour of my main stash just to make way for more, because why not? So again, Snuggly Stars Yarns, my new venture. SnugglyStarsYarns.etsy.com. I have bought plenty off Etsy from other dyers, and then now I'm in that world as well also. There are at least 45 items in the shop at the moment, various different ones, and even of some of those items there are duplicates, like more than one of the same colourway, so that's cool. There is also more to come, but I'm waiting for it to dry. I've had it on the line all day, but British weather, although it's not rained, everything's still wet because it's cold. And yes, I do have the central heating on, and it is the 12th of June. It's not on full blast like, you know, Arctic winter times, but yeah. If I'm going to get any washing dry, that's what's happening. A little sock update, just to tide us over till next time. Something that I actually finished last night for my daughter Isabella is this. So it's not blocked, and I don't actually have an appropriate size sock blocker. But this is a little Isabella, who is 5, Isabella sized Rose City roller. Don't you think that's cute? And a heel flap. It's a heel flap and gusset construction with rolly top, which I quite like. Question for more experienced knitters, because I only knit my first ever pair of socks just after Christmas 2016. I'm plugging away, but it's all vanilla. Various types of vanilla. How do I end up with holes like this? Can you see? Can anyone help and advise? I just end up with holes. My stitch count is correct. I just don't know what. Extra ventilation, I guess. On this particular sock, I've done a square toe, but normally I do round ones. I do. So I have a hoe. That's a hoe for you. Something else that I finally bit the bullet and started to crack on with is socks for my partner Ross. My fiance Ross Kershaw. He's wonderful and does so much for me and the kids, and he deserves socks. He does. So I've started some. Oh, look at them. Here we are. This is opal yarn. Let me just see if I can dig out the tag for you so you can see. So I've done the cuff, the leg, heel flap and gusset, and I'm now onto the foot section. And it ends up with this cool animal print, and I do love it. It is by Opal, and it is 9246. I don't know. I don't really read German. I don't read German. So here's the yarn band. So that's pretty cool. It is not soft like other hand dyed or indie yarn that I have. It's not, but it's sturdy, and as he does, he's a scout leader and he does lots of walking and things. I think these are entirely appropriate for him. Something else, see again here, a weird hole there. How do I do it? I don't know. I have the correct amount of stitches. I've done on this a 1x1 twisted rib. I have made up the pattern. So basically I think this is a 68 stitch construction, because he's got quite skinny ankles really. But I do 64 stitches for me, so I decided to do 68 for him. I did quite a long heel flap, so that would have to do more of a gusset, so that's fine. And now onto the foot section. If you check out my Instagram, you'll see a picture that I put on last night of the sock on Ross. Now, I'm using 9-inch circulars, look. But I did put it onto a long needle so that he could try it on. And he's got a UK size 12 foot size, shoe size. I feel like I'm going to be knitting forever. I've got probably at least that much to go before then working the toe. So it's a lot of sock. But it's a lot of love for him. So I'm going to keep plugging away at that. I need to start the second sock for Isabella. She did say last night, can I have it ready for the morning? I'm like, no. Today I've also sewn in a load of ends on the Colour Spell shawl. So I've done bits and bobs like that, dyeing, sewing in ends, put a few rows on here, and then I thought, you know what, I'm going to film a video, and that's exactly what I'm doing right now. So after this I will edit the video, and then hopefully this is all filmed on my laptop. I don't have any software, so no, I'm sorry, I didn't in the last few months go to film school and learn how to edit any videos. It's just me, it's just the laptop. I can perhaps cut out bits, and that's about it. So, and load it on YouTube. So I'm really sorry, it's still the no frills arrangement. But I'm hoping to make up for that with fabulous colours, cheeky projects, and moi. Oh my god. Anyway guys, what are you working on? What's your favourite thing to knit on? What's your favourite type of yarn to use? I'm quite interested to know that. So you could either comment below, you could comment on in the Ravelry group, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, if you want to tag me in on any of your Instagram posts, hashtag Snuggly Stars Yarns, sorted. I have got more exciting news for you, but I'm going to save that for the next episode. More cliffhanger, what's going to happen next? Because like I said, too long. So that's it for today. It's a bit higgledy-piggledy. It feels a little bit like my first time again. But I just wanted to get stuck in and bite the bullet and crack on. Crack on! So I'm going to keep on knitting and crocheting. I'm going to keep on dyeing yarn. And I'm going to keep out sending woolly goodness and happy thoughts and wishes into the world. I wish you all the best. And thank you for tuning in. If you do like, please hit subscribe. And have a nice day, have a nice week, and I will see you next time. Thank you, bye!